Hello, people, and I need my streaming beanie. Oh, wrong one. Oopsie. Wrong one. Oopsie. Be right back. Oh, well, too bad. I figured I don't need one. Okay, so it's the fourth anniversary live stream. It's been I can't believe it's been 4 years already with Hades Corner. I opened a Trappist beer, Isidore. It's golden brown Trappist ale. 7.5% ABV or alcohol by volume. It's golden brown, really good, really sweet. Not really, really sweet, but reasonably sweet and a bit hoppy. Now, okay. So, is the stream functioning somewhat reasonably? I hope it's functioning somewhat reasonably. It says low latency, um, 1080p, 60 FPS. Golden Brown was a song by the Stranglers. Okay, interesting. So, today I received a letter from the United States of America. All right, so the letter is interesting. Actually, this was stopped by the Finnish customs, and I had to pay custom. I had to pay VAT and custom VAT, which is 25.5% in Finland as of September 1st, and some customs fees and uh, fees for the fees for the Finnish post, totaling 15 euros. And I declared this, I paid VAT, etc., for this as printing press products. It's okay. Let's see how this looks. I got something from the Satanic Temple. It says certificate of membership. To whom these presents shall come to be it known that by virtue of authority vested in me, I hereby constitute Heidi Mattila a member of the Satanic Temple. There we go. I'm a member of the International Satanic Temple. And I also got this vinyl card. It's the size of a credit card. It's the Satanic Temple, Officialis Sodalis, and my name, and then 2024 this year in Roman numerals, and there's a text on the back on the other side with the goat, Ave Satanas, Ave Domine Inferne. There we go. There we go. There we are then. As would I think it's Creaky would say. There we are then. Now, I've been battling off a bit of a cold in the past few days. Um, I think I may have caught something at work, but it doesn't really matter. So I think I actually I was I'd been waiting for this for two. I waited for this for 2 weeks, and I would have received this some time ago already, but it was stopped by the Finnish customs, and for some reason this um, the posting process initiated from Salem, Massachusetts, in the U.S. But at some point when I was there was the I could track track this track this package, and at one point it landed at Atatürk International Airport in Istanbul, Turkey. It went like from it was wiggling around um, in the US for a week, for over a week. It was just going around in New York and New Jersey, in the east coast of US, and then it flew from JFK International to Atatürk International JFK in New York, US. From there, it flew to Atatürk International in Istanbul, Turkey, and from there to Helsinki, where the Finnish customs stopped this one. They seized this. They wanted some money, and after paying it, they released it to the wild. So when I've had a few of these cases, these true crime episodes with disappearances. The first one was with the case of Jennifer Fairgate. And then the second was with the case of Pia Ristikankare. Unfortunately, her dad passed away a couple of months ago at the age of 85 without, no, I think it was 85 or 86, um, without ever finding out what happened to his little girl. Now, it's quite sad, quite frankly. There has been actually a positive development in another, if you can call it this, if you can call it positive, it's that the, there was this, I think, a 40-year-old man that disappeared mysteriously. He was he took a he got on a bus from a small town, say 100 and something kilometers north of Helsinki, to go to Helsinki from from his mother's summer place. He was about 40 years old or something, and he suddenly he stepped off the bus. Maybe an hour, sorry, maybe half an hour, maybe 50, after 50 kilometers, he got off the bus, on a stop by the highway, and was never seen or heard from again. He had no connection to this area, no known connection. He had some substance abuse problems, but he had been sober for a while, and he was missing for 10 years. And now, just this summer, they found some human remains a uh, in a forest area about 3 kilometers from the bus stop that he went missing from 10 years ago. And they found some human remains, and with with DNA testing, it was confirmed. They took samples from his mom and I think sister, so they confirmed by DNA that it was him. And I think dental records had something to do with it as well. But DNA played a part in it. Um, and the chief detective on Pia Ristikankare's case, uh, he said that whenever there's some bones or human remains found in the area where she went missing, especially and by extension the Turku area, um, he said the first thing, one of the first things that comes to his mind is it Pia? Could it be Pia? Because it's such a mysterious thing. From the part two, I forgot to include the map, which I forgot to include in the recorded episode. Let's see. Just a moment. Okay, so let's go with this. Okay, so this is basically the town center of Pikia, and is my cursor captured as well? Okay, excellent. So this is basically the Pikia, the town center, if you will, and I think I included some pictures of the train station that's there, and then the youth house Pontela, where they had the party. The people from Paimio, they had the party there. That's the youth house there. Okay, and for broader to get the idea, Paimio is there. That's Paimio there. There's Turku. So it's in the middle. It's in the middle there. All right. It's in the middle there. Yeah. There's Paimio. There's Turku. And that's where Pia went to school. All right. Can I get there? So I took pictures. I took the liberty of taking pictures, and this is basically the Ponta at the youth house where I took pictures from. If you get, yeah, this is from towards the end of the summer. That's it there. Yeah, well, there. That's where it is. Okay. And Pia's home street was here. It was this street here. Peipontie. She lived here. Oh, right. And she lived here. And the bus stops to Turku. You can see the bus. The bus stops. If she wanted to go to a bus stop, those would have been here or here. Here are two bus stops. I think, and this is the one that you can go to Turku with. These two are the ones you can go to Turku with. But the most logical stop would have been this one. And if there are 150 people, well, say 250 from Paimio and say 150 from 150 from Paimio, and then let's say a 50 to 100 locals, say 50 locals. That's 200 to 250 people. And these people are in this small area. No matter which stop, regardless, it doesn't matter if Pia went to, well, if we assume she was going to Paimio, to her friend's place, she would have been going to this bus stop here. She would have gone to this bus stop. She walked right past all these 150 to 200 people, and there were fights. The police was there. The police was there a couple of times that evening. The ambulance was there. They took people to the hospital, to Turku, because people got injured, broken noses, etc. If she decided to go, say, to her mom's place, she hated her God. She absolutely hated. She despised her mother. If she decided to go to Turku, to her mom's place, she would have walked to that. Most likely, would have walked to that particular bus stop. I'm not sure if this stop existed back in the day. If these two stops existed back in the day, but these two did, for sure. So, and then there's the Shell service station there. So someone must have seen her. If she walked that way, if she walked to the bus, if she walked to any of these four bus stops, she would have. It seems impossible that she wasn't. It's not possible that she wasn't seen by someone. There's been one person who has claimed that they saw Pia that evening near Pontela, in or around Pontela, but this person has not been in touch with the police for some reason, and this person has written the text on two different online forums. These posts have disappeared, and they have and the username is gone. The message is gone. No one knows. They just disappeared off the face of the earth. All right. If Pia was going to Paimio, she would have walked straight from here. She would have walked straight past Pontela from both ways to both bus stops. All right. And so basically Pia lived here, the bus stops would have been here, Pontela would have been around here. So she would have walked that way, but apparently no one saw her. But if she went any other way, there's just forest. The police have come through these bits of forest here. Yeah, nothing has been found in these bits of forest. There's a lot of forest in Finland, as you can see, but there's just farms and forest if you go the other way. And she would have had absolutely no reason to go this way, because there's a school, physiotherapy, private practice, but there's nothing here. There's nothing here. the other, if she was to walk uh, away from Pontala, there's nothing here. I mean, yeah, there's peak, there's water, but they've been through this pit, through these waters with dogs, etc. By the way, it would be creepy to see something, in these Google Earth pictures. Like, some people have found, just randomly, just randomly going through Google Earth, and then they see a car of a missing person or something like that. Yeah, but, I mean, there was a fight. Yeah, sure, but you must understand that this is a really, really, really small place. I mean, this is this distance is 300 meters. So 300 meters, maybe 2 minutes walk. If you're in a rush, it's a minute, 2 minutes walk. So these distances are really small, and there was fighting. A few. There were fights around. There was one on the Pontala, you know, on the parking lot here. There's one here, but there were a few smaller ones around. You know, a few smaller ones around around this general area. So there were people, and not all people were concentrated here. There were people around here too, hanging around because there was this petrol station was here. The petrol station was here back in the day. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it's a plausible explanation. It's a plausible explanation. I mean, it doesn't make sense because the police have been they've been all over the house, the dad's house. The fact they've been through the house many times with and without dogs. They'd used several police dogs and and cadaver dogs over the years. Over the 36 years, they've used several dogs, and they've cut open the garage. They've even cut open the garage floor. They even arrested the dad at the age of 85. A year before he died, they arrested him. So they have been they have been through the entire house. So it's there's no way she is still in the house. I mean, there's no fucking way. Uh, because the dad was the dad was a bricklayer. All right, you know, there was in '60s there was a case. 60s I think. Well, late '60s there was a case where the there was a family where the children had been taken into custody by the social services. The dad was violent. The dad was he had substance abuse issues, and he while the kids were in custody in living with another family in foster care, the dad killed the mom, and they he actually took apart their brick oven. They have these in Finland. We have these uh, yeah, they had these are very, back in the day, Finns had these in their houses for centuries, and basically the dad took apart theirs, put the mom's body there, and put it back together, and it was the mom was found 15 years later in and the dad had been cooking, and the children had been in the house asking where mom is, and you know there you go. But there is absolutely no evidence that the dad did anything, that Bia's dad did anything like that. There's just no evidence of that. They've been if like as if there's no evidence that the dad would have hid the girl in their you know old oven, the brick oven, because they've been through and they've even opened up their garage floor. So, and their house, the sort of main in Finland, some houses have their main like front door at the back of the house. Privacy reasons, I guess. So, basically, it's what I can tell you. Just I won't reveal which house it is, but it's on this side, on the field side of the road. It's one of these houses here, where the doors open to the field. So the natural place, the direction for Pia would have been, at the back, across the field, and then to the bus stop. But the street is quite beautiful, actually. It's really beautiful, I think. So many trees. And then I sincerely do hope that this will be solved in the next few years, because there have been the police have said that they have some new evidence, new, or as Kent Tobin would say, evidences. But so the police have new quite a few new pieces of evidence which they are looking into. Even this summer, this year, they have searched the Jehovah's Witnesses headquarters and the local Kingdom Hall. All right. Okay, let's go to. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Okay. Just trying to look for. Nope. So it's like it's like there's almost nothing there. I mean, it's really creepy. It's just fields here, and just forest area, and some rural housing, and it's there. Just the plot is in the middle of the forest patch. It's really creepy, to be quite honest. That's that's there. Yeah, it's there. All right, it's there. So it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. So let's see, and there is just field, as far as the eye can see. You know, this is the kind of area where it is. It's really there's beauty in that, but okay. And there is the case of Jenny, and I truly hope that this will be solved in the next few years, because as stated previously, the police have some new evidence or evidences. Okay. What really pisses me off here, all right, with the case of Jennifer Fairgate is that they people, I don't know who, but apparently quite a few people say this woman here on the left, sorry, on the right, that the woman in this picture is Jennifer Fairgate, but it's not Jennifer Fairgate. This woman here is a Danish woman, uh, Camilla Stena, who went missing several years before Jennifer Fairgate went missing, and they don't. I mean, they didn't even look the same. Camilla Stena, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, sure, they have, you know, this in this picture. Sure, they might look the same. All right, but she Camilla Stena went missing in 1987. Where sorry, well, she vanished in 1986, and she is 12 years older, as this post is, and she was reported missing in 87, early 1987, and but she in all these pictures that we have of her, they don't even look alike. They don't look. They don't even look the same. I mean, I've seen the autopsy pictures, the face of her. You know, the face pictures. You know, pictures of her head, face and head from both sides. I've seen the pictures. They didn't even look the same. I mean, you might think that based on this particular, not it's not. She doesn't even look the same. No, she doesn't even look the same. I mean, the, I mean that sketch has been the sketch that has been made of, you know, the drawing has been made of Jennifer Fairgate. It's somewhat accurate, because you know, the pictures or the sketches that the police release, They don't quite often. Um, they don't always. They might not always look the same, but they include features that may from which I've heard a police officer explain this to me, but they include enough of the same certain features that would help people who knew that this person to recognize this person. I mean, sure. In this case, I mean, these Lyle Stevic, aka was Christian Emiliano Lacunza. I mean, look, they don't really look the same. I mean, they do. They resemble each other, but mind you, this picture has been, or this is CGI made from the autopsy. From pictures in taken during the autopsy. So they don't always look the same, but based on the autopsy pictures, the is quite accurate. The Jennifer Fairgate pictures are quite accurate, and there are some mm, perhaps I would say factual errors in podcasts made about Jennifer Fairgate. They say, that she, for example, that the numbers she called uh, existed. Sorry, that they didn't exist, but the fact is that they did exist, but not with that area code. The area code in those numbers was that of the the area where the town of Verlaine is. She said she's from the town called Verlaine. And the area code in those numbers matched the area code of Verlaine, but those numbers did not exist in the Verlaine area. However, these numbers did exist with two other area codes. Two number this number did exist, but with two other area codes. And the reporter Lars Begner, they actually went. They actually went there. He found out where these numbers on the other area code um, is located. He went there. I think he called them. For one they called them, and one they visited. I think they may have visited them both, but one they actually called. And they had no idea who this is. They never heard of Jennifer Fairgate or Fergate. They had never seen the person. They had never heard of Jennifer Fairgate, or Louis Fairgate. None of that. None of that. And I recently recently listened to a podcast where okay, just a moment. mean, yeah, the company, the the company she said is her employer, that is, where did I lost it? Okay, here it is. It says Service, like written spelled Cactus Echo Romeo Bravo India Simon Service. So it they they said it's she said that her employer is this, that Service, that is Cactus Echo Romeo Bravo India Simon, and that the company is located in Belgium. But that is not the case. The company does exist, but it not in Belgium. It's the Service is actually an Australian ceramic tile company. I googled it before, but I had forgotten. So it's an Australian ceramic company that sells ceramic tiles, and as I understand it, the installation thereof. So it's fair to say that she had no idea of the existence of Service in Australia. I think, as far as I can tell, Service in Australia didn't exist at the time of this event, so what happened to Jennifer Fairgate. So, and another mistake that is often made by podcasts and some YouTubers as well is that the address, or the street that the street that Jennifer Fairgate wrote, if that's not her name, but yeah, um, that she wrote, Rue de la Stede, Rue de la Stede, but that's not. They say that it's that the address, these podcasts claim that the street is Rue de la Stede, but it's not exactly that, because the handwriting is unclear. And what Lars Wegner managed to uh, figure out with the locals who live, the locals of Verlaine, the street is Rue de la Station, because in Belgium, there are three official languages: French, Dutch, and German. But the German is a small minority language, and the main languages are French and Flemish, which is the Dutch dialect spoken in Belgium. Now, these two, French and Flemish, don't mix. It's like water and oil. So Rue de la Stede would be Stede would Rue de la would be French, and Stede would be typical for Flemish, and those two don't mix. So what they figured out, it's probably from the handwriting, it's a bit unclear. So the locals figured out, the librarian figured out that it's probably Rue de la Station, but the 148 Rue de la Station doesn't exist in Verlaine. It the numbers end around 100, and the podcast that I listened to recently said that the person who took her in at the reception when she first arrived, that the receptionist
tick the box that she had seen the passport. But that is not the case. They claimed as a fact that the receptionist had ticked the box that she had seen the passport, but no, she hadn't, because what the police have told VG and Lars Wegner, and what the receptionist told Lars Wegner the um, the VG and the police is that the tick, it's like this. Oops. Fuck you. Viewing app. No, I'm not gonna view it in an app. Fuck you. No. So, tick the box. Alright? For that the receptionist said that she ticked the boxes that fill here. She ticked the box, fill here, fill here, and the form of payment, cash or card. All right, cash or something else. Yeah. So these have been ticked because when you check into a hotel, they do the same for you. They mark with an X, they tick the boxes. They mark with an X the boxes that you need to fill. In this case, the receptionist filled that passport number and issuing passport authority. So it's really this is a case that I would like to see solved, but I have faith. You gotta have faith. Sometimes you just gotta have faith. Sometimes you gotta have faith. So I have faith in that investigation. I firmly believe that the case of Jennifer Fairgate, because it's been only 29 years 29 years now, so I think it'll be solved. All right, so yeah, so I'm staying up quite late tonight because uh I'm starting night shifts tomorrow, but so why not? Why not stay up late and have a few beers? Katya will be going to bed quite soon, I believe. I think should go and check on her, how she's doing. So I'll be right back.
Hello. Here we are then. Here we are. All right. But yeah, both both cases, either Jennifer Fairgate or Furgate, whatever her real name may be, and Piiristä Kankara, truly creepy mysteries, I think. And also, yes, also, yeah, the false information that they've had in these podcasts is that the bottle of cologne they found in her room in 2805, one podcast said that the prints were hers, but no, these prints were not hers. That there was one print. There were fingerprints. Yes, but the prints wasn't hers. The only, um, it was the only print that wasn't hers. They found, yes, they found fingerprints, but they weren't hers. You know, they found other fingerprints which were Jennifer's. For the sake of convenience, let's call her Jennifer. So they found some fingerprints, but those were hers. The only fingerprint that wasn't hers was on the bottle of the men's cologne. And the same podcast said that she was using the men's cologne, which she wasn't. So it was really weird. And they said that it was that the sequence of events is that they also said that Jennifer ordered food from room service on Friday evening, and she was found dead in she was found dead on Saturday evening, but she ordered bratwurst and potato salad on Friday evening, and someone said in a podcast that the reason why Jennifer Fairgate had undigested food in, I think it was in a Finnish podcast, the reason that she had undigested food, 150 milliliters. She said 105 milliliters, I think, of undigested food. The reason for that was that she had been dead for 24 hours. You know, that she had died shortly after that, eating the food on Friday. But all the evidence suggests that she had actually eaten the food shortly before she died, because the security guard said that there was an acrid smell. Let's Its acrid smell, taste is strong and sharp, usually unpleasant. Yeah. That's a Cambridge Dictionary, alright? Acrid smell or taste is strong and bitter and causes a burning feeling in the throat.
clouds of acrid smoke issued from the building. There we go. So there is it can be connected with, and he had the association with gunpowder, gunpowder, which would constitute a strong and bitter smell or taste, and causes a burning feeling in the throat. Smoke, burnt gunpowder. And what do you get when you fire a gun? The smell of burnt gunpowder, I would assume. I've never fired a gun. I've never been around a gun that has been, a recently fired gun. So I would assume that it's the smell of gunpowder, because because this if Jennifer had been dead for 24 hours, the smell would not be acrid, or there wouldn't be a smell of burnt gunpowder. Yeah, and I had to Google because my uh due to my English vocabulary is somewhat limited. In some areas, my English vocabulary is limited, and that is with adjectives. Even in Finnish, even in Finnish, which is my first language, my ability to use adjectives is, whimsy. So the smell that they would have encountered if she had been dead for 24 hours before they found her on Saturday evening, it would have been rank and pungent smell mixed with a tinge of sickening sweetness. Yeah, because death smells different uh, than burnt gunpowder, and the fact that they heard that the security guard heard a a gunshot. Jens says that smell isn't all that strong, but IRC, the gun had been fired through a cushion. That might have been the smell. Yeah, that would have, the material. Yeah, the the muzzle flash would have caused some. Did the pillow, because there were two shots fired. The first, presumably, was the one that was shot through the pillow, which was presumed to be a test shot. Test shot. Um, it burned. There was uh, a burn mark in the pillow. Yeah, because there's the pillow. That is the actual pillow that they found, because it has burnt the through the pillow somewhat, because there's been some burning. So that's what they got from. That's the smell that they probably got from the. That's what caused the acrid smell, because these pillowcases were, and they still probably are, made of synthetic materials. So if you burn a a piece of synthetic fabric, it's gonna it's gonna feel it's gonna if you burn synthetic fibers, um it's gonna cause an acrid smell if you burn synthetic materials. So, yeah, that's how it goes. But yeah, and one uh, mistake that these podcasts make many, and this the most recent one was that they claimed that there was only because there are the three parts as I understand it in a handgun, like the Browning 9 millimeter pardon, that was used in this case. Uh, what there's the three parts, yeah. There's the handle, there's the barrel, and the slide, and that there's only um, one. There's a serial number in only one of these parts. But what I learned, but what BG has uncovered that there are, and what I've learned from a person who knows their way around handguns, that there are serial numbers in all these three parts. So basically, what one of these serial numbers that there are serial numbers in different places of the gun, and if you remove one or two, you would still be able to trace the gun. But in this case, these the parts where they got the partial serial number from was that this part at least was um, manufactured in Belgium at the Browning factory, and the two others were probably knockoff cheap Hungarian knockoffs, which were decades old because these parts, for example, the handle and the grip, these parts for the grip were there are the I can't remember the parts that the rubber parts. There was a time when they used rubber plates, and then there was a time when they were made of wood, and so these parts could not have been manufactured in FN Herstal in Belgium. Yes, so the handle could not have been made in 1990 or 1991 because that the because they were so it was so worn, and it clearly showed that it could not have been manufactured in 1990 or 1991 because these types of handles they had manufactured them in since the early 1980s. So parts were cheap Hungarian knockoff, and some parts were made in Herstal in Belgium at the Browning factory. So it's not as easy as to say Yeah, the frame is a real word. Yeah, the frame is the correct word. Yeah. So Jens says the serial numbers are on the frame, the slide, and on the barrel, but each of those can be replaced. Interesting. Hmm. Yeah, slide, frame, and barrel can be replaced. Yes. And one of those, I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember which part it was that was where they found the partial partial. There's no Browning factory. It's FN hairstyle. All right. Well, yeah, and that's one of the mistakes that people say in mistakes that they make in the podcast that they say the the Browning factory in Herstal, Belgium. But yeah, it's not a factory. It's a model. Yeah, Browning 9 millimeter. I heard a horrible joke that they have that the Americans have the metric system use metric system in the schools because they use the 90 millimeter in the schools. Like, I mean, this is horrible, but yes, as Fabrique Nationale makes slash made FN high power, which was designated by which was designed by Browning. All right, so it was Belgian made Browning. Yeah. I always learn something new from my viewers. I always learn something new, which is really good. It's really fun. It makes doing this, it makes making this um making these live streams really interesting when um when I learn some when I always learn something new. Okay. Yeah, it's it's been really tough few weeks. As I've probably stated previously, I've been working only the night shifts, and that's why I haven't been really been able to be as active on my YouTube channel as I would have wanted to be. So I will try my best because I've been working the weekend nights as well because it's good money, you know? It's good money, and then I'm probably working Christmas, working working over Christmas, so probably working over Christmas and trying to get some extra money because we're trying to save up. We and especially I am trying to save up some money because we have actually decided to get married next year, and we are saving up some. We need to save up some money for the honeymoon. We are going to Japan. Yeah, so we are at least we have paid leave, paid annual leave, like not like Americans, but Americans call us socialists. Americans call us socialists because we have an X amount, at least 4 weeks of paid annual leave. That's communist, right? That's socialist, and socialism is bad. Yo, Kyland, I don't get it. The money was the reason for me being on call at least for at least 2 full-time jobs. Yeah, and Yokai Land, I don't, I don't get that. But we're going on a the honeymoon we're planning is the destination is Japan. Destination is Japan because we both both love Japan, Japanese stuff, Japanese food, the culture, and Katya has actually lived uh, in Japan for 2 years. First, she was an ex. She first she went there as an exchange student, and then she worked at the the Finnish cultural exchange center, I think. Finland, Japan, the Finnish Institute in Japan. Finnish Institute in Japan. Yeah. Yokai is a novella by Charles Stross located in Hello Kitty theme park. Yeah, we probably are not going to Hello Kitty Land, but we are probably going to the Ghibli Studio Park. So yeah, at least we try to. Yeah. So Katya was an exchange student in Japan, and then she worked at the Finnish Institute in Japan, which is at I think at the if I understand it correctly at the premises of the Finnish embassy in Tokyo. There's a Business Finland, then the Finnish Institute in Japan, and the Finnish embassy to Japan. In at the same premises. So she still has friends and acquaintances in Japan, or at least acquaintances in Japan from her years in Japan. If I still had the physical capabilities to do judo, I would love to go to practice at Kodokan, which is the first judo, school of judo, founded by the founder of judo, Kano Yigoro Shihan, in the 1880s. I would love to go there uh, if I was still physically able to do judo, but maybe someday with my little sister. Oh, and when did I stream? When was the last time that I streamed? August 30th. Yeah, at that point I probably told you already. I may have told you already, but um, I when I came out as trans, it was I did not have I because my two youngest siblings, I have two younger brothers and a sister. Uh, one one of one of the brothers is an adult. He's 34 years old and he's a psychiatrist. But these two, but the younger one is a minor, and and they are from my father's third marriage. So he forbidden me from seeing the two younger siblings who were minors at the time, mind you. This was 12 years ago. now that my sister is 18, she was able to make her own decisions, and we actually met a month ago. So it was really, really emotional, super emotional meeting her, and you know, knowing that there's been, I mean, there's a reason we haven't been able to meet each other, and that's, let's say that we both cried a bit, cried a fair bit, but it was worth it. I mean, it's horrible that we had to. It's horrible that we had to wait for 12 years, but that was something that was beyond beyond our control. But we are really, really happy. We're both really, really happy that we have now. And my sister got, really emotional that now she's got the big sister, now that she got now she's got, because up until up until not so long ago, she thought she had three brothers, and now she's got the big sister, which is quite, weird. I We've both, come to the conclusion that it's gonna take quite a bit of getting used to, and now she's got a big sister to gossip with and talk, to gossip with and talk about dates with, but that's how it goes. So Katya and I decided to get married next October 2025. A few days after our fifth anniversary. We've been together almost 4 years now. It'll be next is for our fourth anniversary is next month. So I've had a relationship with my viewers longer than I've had it with my partner. Yeah, I've got this weird sound effect here. All right. I think it's 1:15, and this has been going. I've been babbling on for almost an hour and a half. So I think it's probably a good time to go soon. But first, I need to show off a bit. All right, I'll be right back.
So previously I've you've probably seen me drinking Chimay beer from a real Chimay glass. Today I managed to obtain a real Leffe glass. So now I can drink Leffe from an authentic glass. I managed because the current government has loosened up some alcohol politics. Because now, previously, up until now, regular stores like supermarkets, etc., have been allowed to sell alcohol up to 5.5% ABV. But recently, just I think it was as of May 1st or June 1st, I think it was as of May 1st or something, that the grocery stores have been able to sell alcohol drinks up to 8% ABV if these drinks have been made by fermentation. For example, this vodka mixed drinks, gin mixed drinks like gin long drink, this lonkero thing, which is a mix of gin and grapefruit juice. So it's a very Finnish thing. You have they you can't sell the supermarkets can't sell these because these have been made these there are the the basic model is 5.5% ABV, but there are stronger ones like 7.5% ABV, but they can't sell these stronger gin long drinks in supermarkets because these drinks are mixed with alcohol that has been made by methods of distillation. It's the alcohol in them has been produced by distillation. So they're now pushing the legislation to allow these drinks with gin and vodka up to and other alcohol beverages up to like beer and these gin and vodka mixed drinks up to 12% and wines up to 14, which I think is good. And I've this is the first time ever that supermarkets are allowed to sell like this deal was buy three Leffe products, like 3 bottles of Leffe, and you get one, and you get a glass free. And they actually had Leffe on discounts. You cannot previously you haven't been able to have alcohol drinks on sale, like on discount. So up until now, because this is the only thing. I think this is the only good thing this is the only good thing that the current extremist right wing government has been able to do. This is the only good thing that the Orpo government has been able to do. So Petteri Orpo, Riikka Purra, fuck you. Fuck you, Prime Minister. Yeah, there we go. Do we have...
Help! Let me out! Out! I want out! Now!
Um,
Help! Let me out! Out! I want out! Now! Help! Let me out! Out! Help! Let me out! Out! I want out! Now!
Interesting. I can't get it for now because I've been thinking that why the fuck do I? Alright. I locked Mr. 42 in the closet. Yeah. Do I get? I mean, I can't see if I get him. Get Mr. 42 on the stream.
Help! Let me out! Out! I want out! Now!
Yeah, I can get the sound. Yeah. Yeah, I got Mr. 42 in the closet. Yeah. I can't get the video up. I don't know why. All right. I think it's my time to go. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. I will try my best to stream next week. I have a weekend. I have the weekend off. I will see you next week. Bye bye.